Good morning, everyone. This is Anne-Marie. Today is Friday, January the 24th. We're taking a look at SPY this morning because we have quite a drop in the pre-market. And finally, this is a weekly chart, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks essentially, 5 weeks essentially in this trading range. We had a very bearish candlestick yesterday. We have a big gap down this morning. That means gap rules are in effect for those of us who trade together here at thetradingbook.com. Here's what we're looking for. Remember, when we stair step out of these ranges into new levels and we fail them, it is extremely likely that we get to the midline of the prior region that we had been trading. That looks like 179.61. Okay? If you were SPY traders, you should have been stopped out of the longs that you had in there, if indeed you went long. IWM and the Qs are going to have that trouble as well this morning, but SPY particularly in trouble. It's all the way down at 181.20 something. Let's double check on that. Not getting the readings right there live off of this particular chart. No, yes, the low was 181.25. And so that puts it right about here, just on the inside of that box. That's a really big space. Also, let's take a look at why it is that is stopping right there. If we go to the daily, we're going to see that the 50 is sitting right in that region. That's the 50 simple moving average. On the daily chart for SPY, notice the weeks that it sat in there. A lot of people talking about the charts breaking out. It's my idea or my thought that the charts are actually very range bound and have not resolved in particular direction, though we do tend to grind forward here. This is our first break in a while, and so what we expect is the following. We expect a bounce, right? Why? That's because that's what we've been doing when we are in this range. We don't break down. Do not expect the unexpected. How do you know it's the unexpected? If it's not doing it beforehand. So, very straightforward, really. You just look at it. We expect it to bounce. Why? Because it's been bouncing for the last few months. It's come into the 50 and held pretty well. It did get a little sloppy down here, but essentially holding the region. We're still going to think about things in that same space. Gap rules mean if it is trigger short at your open, don't get short. Gaps fill, and they fill quite a bit. They don't fill all the time, but they certainly fill quite a bit. So we expect it to bounce. If it bounces and comes back and loses the midline, meaning it cannot get over this 183.50 area, it should lose this region and then return, as I mentioned in the beginning, somewhere around the midline of the prior formation. Okay? So, again, to recap, if we definitively lose this region, it will come into this midline more than likely around the 179.60-ish area. If it holds, which is fairly likely, it's going to bounce into the midline of this region at 183.49 before it ends up doing something else. All right? Good luck trading today.